Since time immemorial, the book of Revelation has aroused both fear and fascination in those who dare to uncover it. Written by John the Apostle during his exile on the island of Patmos, this book contains visions that transcend human imagination. But amidst so many prophecies and symbolisms, something stands out: the figure of the 24 elders. They are there, on their thrones, circling the heavenly throne, in a spectacle that invites both fear and awe. Who do these figures belong to? What do they represent in the apocalyptic scenario? These questions echo in the minds of many, like a mystery of history yet to be solved. The 24 elders are mentioned with an aura of mystery that has intrigued scholars and religious people throughout the centuries. These characters seem to possess ancestral wisdom, a power that surpasses common understanding. And just like a shadow that hides in the sunlight, these elders carry with them an enigma that not even the wisest have been able to completely decipher. Are they guardians of ancient secrets, or mere spectators of the celestial drama unfolding in the pages of Revelation? Each reading awakens a new layer of curiosity, as if the story was transforming before our eyes. There is something deeply captivating in everything that is veiled, in everything that hides between the lines of the sacred text. Elders are undoubtedly figures of immense power and significance, but their true identity remains hidden, like a missing piece in a divine puzzle. And it is this uncertainty that holds us back, that makes us question and seek answers to what seems unattainable. After all, the mystery of the ancients is more than a simple historical curiosity. It is an invitation to dive into the depths of the unknown. As the centuries passed and theological debates evolved, the fascination with the 24 elders never waned. They remain one of the greatest enigmas in religious history, a constant reminder that there are forces and knowledge beyond human understanding. And it is exactly this combination of reverence and mystery that makes the elders a central figure in the apocalypse, perpetuating the curiosity of all those who pore over these enigmatic pages. But who are they really? And what role do they play in John's great revelation? These questions take us to the next step of this revealing journey. The identity of the 24 elders has been a question that generates intense and often passionate debate among scholars and theologians. Some believe they are celestial beings, angelic figures of power and wisdom, who occupy positions of great honor around the divine throne. Others, however, see in the elders a representation of the 12 tribes of Israel and the 12 apostles, as a symbol of the union between the Old and New Testaments. This duality in interpretations only increases the mystery surrounding these enigmatic characters, reinforcing their position as one of the great enigmas in religious history. For those who associate the elders with the tribes of Israel and the apostles, the elders symbolize the fullness of divine revelation, where the old and the new meet in harmony before the Creator. This interpretation suggests that the elders represent all of God's elect, those who, throughout the ages, have been faithful and now find themselves in a place of eternal glory. On the other hand, the view that they are independent celestial beings, endowed with divine wisdom and power, places them as guardians of sacred knowledge, beings that are beyond human understanding and that exercise specific functions in the celestial government. The symbology of the elders is rich and complex, each element around them carrying a deep meaning. Sitting on thrones and wearing golden crowns, they are figures of power and authority. However, what really sets them apart is the role they play in the apocalyptic scenario. They are the ones who, together with the 4 living beings, incessantly praise the Creator, casting their crowns at the foot of the throne as a gesture of reverence and submission. This action symbolizes that, despite their greatness, they recognize that all power and glory belongs to God alone. As we try to understand who these elders really are, we realize that perhaps the real mystery lies not in the answer itself, but in the journey to find it. The curiosity they awaken in us is, in itself, a door to a deeper understanding of the mysteries of sacred history. And this search for answers leads us to a new question. What do the crowns and thrones they sport mean? What real power do these figures wield? And so, we continue our exploration of this vast enigma. The golden crowns that adorn the heads of the 24 elders in Revelation are more than simple ornaments. They symbolize the supreme authority granted to them. Gold, an unalterable and valuable metal, reflects the purity and glory that these elders personify. These crowns represent not only the power they possess, but also the honor and responsibility they carry by being so close to the divine throne. It is as if each crown contains the essence of faithful service, an eternal reward for those who have been chosen to rule alongside God. The thrones on which the elders sit are emblematic of their role in heavenly government. On earth, thrones have always been symbols of royalty and judgment, and in heaven, it is no different. Seated around the central throne of God, the elders assume the position of divine advisors, sharing the authority of the Creator. Each throne, carved with details that inspire awe, represents an aspect of the divine power that the elders exercise, whether in intercession for men or in observing the heavenly decrees that shape the destiny of humanity. The relationship between crowns and thrones goes beyond obvious symbolism. While crowns represent the glory received, thrones are a constant reminder of the responsibility that comes with power. The elders, with their crowns on their heads and their thrones beneath them, symbolize the perfect union between authority and wisdom, between power and service. They do not rule by tyranny, but as guardians of cosmic balance, recognizing that all glory and honor ultimately belongs to the Creator. As we reflect on these crowns and thrones, we are led to a deeper understanding of what it means to reign with justice and wisdom. But beyond visible power, there is an even deeper and more mysterious role that elders play in the apocalyptic narrative. What is this role, and how does it manifest in the visions John shared with us? This is the question that guides us to the next point of this journey. The 24 elders of Revelation are not just there as passive figures. They play an active and crucial role in the grand narrative revealed to John. At various times, we see these elders rising from their thrones to intercede on behalf of humanity, presenting the prayers of the saints before the throne of God. They are not just spectators, but direct participants in the celestial drama, where their every action reflects an intimate and powerful connection between heaven and earth. Their intercession reveals how involved they are in the destiny of men, as true mediators between the divine and the mortal. In addition to being intercessors, elders are also constant worshipers, actively participating in heavenly praise. Day and night, without ceasing, they praise the Creator, casting their crowns at the foot of the throne as a symbol of total submission and recognition of divine sovereignty. This unceasing worship is not just an act of reverence, but a constant reminder that all glory, honor, and power belong to God. The elders, with their voices and gestures, lead the celestial choir, echoing the fundamental truth of the universe, the supremacy of the Creator over all things. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of their role is their presence as witnesses to the end times. These elders, who have been present since the beginning of the Revelation, follow each stage of the apocalyptic events, observing and, in some cases, acting in accordance with divine will. They witness the opening of the seals, the sounding of the trumpets, and the release of judgments upon the earth. Their presence at each of these critical moments suggests that they possess a deep and comprehensive understanding of the divine plan, a wisdom that surpasses human understanding. The active presence of elders in the apocalyptic vision raises questions about the true scope of their authority and responsibility. They are more than mere adornments in the heavenly court. They are agents of divine purpose, intimately and powerfully involved with the unfolding of the last days. And as we consider their role, we are led to reflect on the connection between the elders and the seven seals, a connection that reveals even more about their role in the end times. The connection between the elders and the seven seals is one of the most intriguing parts of John's apocalyptic vision. From the moment the Lamb begins to open the seals of the book, the elders are there, watching and, in some cases, directly participating of this process. Each broken seal triggers an event of cosmic proportions, and the elders, with their ancient wisdom, seem to understand the depth and gravity of each action. They are not just spectators. Its presence indicates a profound and mysterious role in the execution of the divine plan. The mystery of the sealed book, which only the Lamb can open, is a central point in the narrative of Revelation. This book, sealed with 7 seals, contains the secrets of the end times, and the elders, in their privileged position, are among the first to witness its opening. The elders' relationship to this book suggests that they have an intimate knowledge of the judgments to come, perhaps even an understanding of the fate of all creation. They watch with reverence and possibly with an understanding that surpasses any other celestial creature. As each seal is opened, revelations and judgments are unleashed upon the land, and the elders stand as witnesses to these catastrophic events. They see the release of the 4 horsemen, the plagues, and the desolation that follows, all within the divine plan that they seem to know in advance. The elders' perspective on these apocalyptic events is something that provokes curiosity and fascination as they watch with their wise eyes the unfolding of what has been predestined since the foundation of the world. The depth of the connection between the elders and the 7 seals leads us to question how much they truly know about the fate of humanity and the universe. This relationship reveals much about the complexity of his role in Revelation, and leaves us intrigued by what else may be hidden within his silent wisdom. The elders' connection to the seals is only part of the mystery. What else do they know about the trials to come? And how does this connect with the trumpets that will echo throughout the cosmos? When the trumpets begin to sound in Revelation, the universe appears to shudder under the weight of divine judgment. Each trumpet, sounded by an angel, triggers a new series of catastrophes, and the elders, as always, are present, closely observing each step of this process. The presence of the elders during the sounding of the trumpets suggests that they have a deep understanding of the meaning of each sound, perhaps even an advanced knowledge of what is to come. They not only watch, but appear to participate in subtle ways, aligning themselves with the divine plan as each trumpet brings new judgment upon the earth. The elders' connection to the trumpets raises questions about their specific role at this crucial moment. Do they somehow guide or influence the events that the trumpets trigger? The interpretation of the signs that emerge from the blowing of these trumpets can be within the vast knowledge that the elders carry, a wisdom that spans from creation to the end of time. These sounds, so terrible and definitive, mark the advance of the final judgment, and the elders, with their constant presence, seem to ensure that everything goes according to plan. Each trumpet brings with it a new catastrophe, destruction of a third of the land, sea, rivers, and heavens, a succession of events that defy human understanding. The elders, with their eyes fixed and attentive, witness each of these disasters, standing firm on their thrones, as if they had been prepared for these moments since eternity. The duality of these events, destruction and hope, judgment and redemption, resonates deeply in the presence of the elders, who, despite their wisdom and power, submit themselves completely to the divine will, aware that they are witnessing the outcome of God's plan. The relationship between the elders and the trumpets of Revelation makes us think about what else is behind these mysteries of sacred history. Their presence in each of these moments suggests that there are even more depths to be explored. What do the elders know about the final destiny of humanity? And how do his actions and observations during the sounding of the trumpets prepare us for the final events to come? These are questions that lead us to consider theological interpretations and the many controversies surrounding these ancient guardians of the heavenly throne. Theological interpretations of the 24 elders of Revelation vary widely, reflecting the complexity and mystery surrounding these enigmatic figures. Some currents of Christianity see the elders as representations of saints who were elevated to a position of honor in heaven, while other currents interpret them as high-ranking angelic beings. Each religious tradition brings its own perspective, adding layers to the enigma that is already dense in nature. These interpretations not only fuel theological debates, but also keep alive the fascination that these elders have held over scholars and believers over the centuries. Historical debates about the identity and role of elders are as old as the church itself. During the first councils, religious leaders discussed fervently the meaning of these figures, trying to reconcile their presence with emerging doctrines. Some believed that the elders were representatives of the 12 tribes of Israel and the 12 apostles, symbolizing the unity between the Old and New Testaments. Others, however, saw them as a distinct class of celestial beings with a specific role in the divine plan. These discussions shaped the way the elders are understood to this day, leaving a legacy of questions and interpretations that continue to resonate. In the modern era, views about elders are not limited to traditional religious interpretations. With the advent of conspiracy theories and the proliferation of new spiritual currents, the elders have been reinterpreted in ways that often diverge radically from conventional theology. For some, they are seen as ancient keepers of cosmic secrets, perhaps even as figures related to extraterrestrial civilizations or humanity's lost knowledge. These views, while controversial, reflect the enduring power of elders as symbols of mystery and power, capable of capturing the imagination in any cultural context. As we explore these varying interpretations, it becomes clear that the elders continue to be an inexhaustible source of story curiosity. Their identities and roles are continually discussed, debated, and reinterpreted, which only reinforces their importance in the apocalyptic canon. But beyond the controversies and theories, there is another fascinating aspect: the way elders have been portrayed in the arts and popular culture over the centuries. How have these depictions shaped our view of these mysterious guardians of the heavenly throne? Over the centuries, the 24 elders of the apocalypse have been a rich source of inspiration for artists of all ages. In the visual arts, these elders have been portrayed with an aura of solemnity and mystery, often surrounded by celestial symbols and draped in robes that appear to flow like eternity. Renaissance painters, such as Fra Angelico and Albrecht Dürer, dedicated themselves to capturing the majesty and mystery of these figures, immortalizing them in works that continue to fascinate and inspire today. Each brushstroke of these works conveys not only artistic vision, but also a deep theological reflection on the role of these elders in the apocalyptic scenario. The influence of elders also extends to popular culture, where they appear in films, series, and literature as figures of power and mystery. In many of these representations, the elders are shown as guardians of ancient secrets, beings of great wisdom who hold knowledge of truths hidden from humanity. These adaptations, although often dramatized, reflect the ongoing fascination that these characters have on the collective imagination. They are portrayed as enigmatic figures, sometimes benevolent, other times fearsome, but always shrouded in a veil of mystery that awakens the curiosity of the story in any audience. In addition to visual arts and popular culture, the elders of the apocalypse have also become deeply rooted in the collective imagination, becoming symbols of authority, wisdom, and power. In some contemporary spiritual traditions, they are invoked as protectors or guides, figures who offer wisdom and insight in times of need. This symbolism goes beyond the religious context, penetrating various forms of cultural expression, where elders are seen as emblems of stability and knowledge in an often chaotic and uncertain world. These artistic and cultural representations of elders lead us to reflect on how these figures have become so powerful in our collective consciousness. They show that regardless of the context in which they appear, the ancients remain one of history's greatest enigmas, figures who transcend time and space to become universal icons of mystery and reverence. And so, as we look at his many faces in the arts and culture, we are led to consider the lasting impact of his legacy on religious thought and modern spirituality. But what exactly can we learn from these elders? And how does their legacy help us understand the greater purpose of Revelation? The mystery of the 24 elders of Revelation is more than a simple curiosity. It is a profound reflection of the human desire to understand the divine. These elders, with their golden crowns and heavenly thrones, represent the synthesis of power, wisdom, and devotion. And their role in Revelation is a constant reminder of the Creator's supreme authority. They show us that, even in the midst of chaos and destruction, there is a divine order that governs the universe, an order that transcends human understanding, but is intrinsically just and perfect. As we reflect on the importance of these elders, we realize that they offer us valuable lessons about humility, reverence, and the nature of true power. His actions, from intercession to unceasing praise, teach us that true power lies not in dominating, but in serving with wisdom and humility. They are guardians of ancient knowledge, a wisdom that surpasses the limits of time and that continues to resonate in the hearts of those who seek to understand the mysteries of sacred history. And so, his legacy is not only one of authority, but also one of profound spirituality. But perhaps the greatest lesson that the elders leave us is the importance of always seeking understanding, even when the answers seem unattainable. The apocalypse, with all its symbolism and prophecies, is an invitation to explore the depths of the unknown. And the elders are the guides who accompany us on this journey. They remind us that no matter how enigmatic the future may seem, there is always a divine purpose behind every event. And it is in this purpose that we find not only answers, but also a deep connection with the Creator. As we reflect on the legacy of the elders of Revelation, we are led to consider what remains to be uncovered. What else could these celestial guardians teach us about the divine plan and the future of humanity? These questions leave us with a sense of awe and curiosity, a desire to continue exploring and learning. And so, the story of the elders of Revelation does not end here. She continues to challenge us and inspire us to seek knowledge that few dare to seek.
If you're interested in having a Bible like the one we use in our studies, check out the link in the first pinned comment. If you enjoy our content and can support our channel, consider buying us a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee. Additionally, if you can purchase a crucifix, we also have a link in the first pinned comment. We greatly appreciate your support. God bless, and see you in the next video.